Today in our 2014 Chevrolet Traverse, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the Tekonsha T1 vehicle wiring harness with factory tow package, part number 118270. So here's what our wiring looks like fully installed. Now we are using a bracket that is not included in our kit, but you can pick up several different options to mount your wiring on our website. Now our wiring is going to give us a 4-pole flat and all the required lights to have a trailer going down the road safely, such as our stop lights, turn signals, and clearance lights. Now this kit is for the factory tow package, so we're just going to have one length of wire that's going to run to our factory connector, and then we're going to have a few fuses and relays that we're going to put in that'll start making everything function properly. Now that we've seen what it looks like when it's fully installed, let's show you how we got it there. To begin our installation, I already went ahead and removed our fascia door right here just so we can have access to our hitch and back here. Now we're going to need to find the factory end that we're going to connect our harness to, which is going to be on the passenger side. So if we come up here and reach up and pulled my connector off of the frame, there's just a push pin holding it in place, but it's not going to come down. But we're going to be looking for the other end of the connector that looks like our harness, and we're going to be connecting it right here. But before we do, I'm going to put a little bit of dielectric grease, and that's going to help prevent any buildup of corrosion and prevent some moisture and debris from getting inside. Now if you need some dielectric grease, you can pick some up on our website using part number 11755. I'm just going to put a small bit inside the connector, and I'm going to be putting it in this one since it is going to be easier than reaching up into the frame and trying to get it onto the other side. But once we have a little bit of dielectric grease in there, I'm just going to take my connector and connect it to the one on the vehicle. Now we want to make sure it's locked into place. And if you can, you're going to want to reach up and find that push pin that was attaching the connector. Then we can reattach it to the frame so it's not bouncing around. We're going to go ahead and route the end of our connector over to the center of our hitch. But I just want to mention that you want to stay away, or as far as possible away, from the exhaust or any moving parts so it doesn't damage the wire. Now everybody's going to do it a little bit differently, but I'll get mine done and show you how I did it. So I ran my wire until I came to my fascia at the back here. Then I actually pulled the plastic down and routed my wire in between my bumper beam and the fascia on my car. That way it would stay away from the exhaust. Zip tying it along the way, and then I had it routed down to my hitch, and it's coming out right here. Now in our application we are using this 4-pole mounting bracket, and if you need one of those you can pick one up on our website using part number 18144. We can go ahead and go into the hood now because we are going to have a few relays and a few fuses to put in place for our wiring to work. Now under our hood, our fuse panel is going to be all the way towards the passenger side, towards the very back of the firewall. Now we're going to go ahead and open up our fuse panel. Now we're going to have a couple locking tabs that are going to hold it in place. So you want to push in on that tab and lift up and it'll release it. You're going to have another one over here on the side as well. Now we're going to need to find a few different locations, and our instructions are going to give us the locations and the fuse that we're going to need to put in place. Now in our instructions, they do provide us with a little diagram saying what we're going to need to put where. Now we're going to put a 10 amp fuse that I have here, and we're going to put it in the trailer park lamp position. So if we find on our fuse panel holder here, it's going to be at the very top next to the other two 10 amps in a row. So we're going to put the 10 amp fuse in there. We're going to need to insert a fuse into our left trailer stop and turn signal slot, as well as the right, which is going to be two positions here in F17 and F21. So we can go ahead and take our 10 amp fuses from our kit and put them into the fuse holder. We're going to have one more spot for our 10 amp fuses, and that's going to be in position F8, which is going to be towards the right hand side of our vehicle, and that's going to be for our trailer backup lights. We're going to have two 30 amp fuses that we're going to need to put in, and if we come to kind of the center section of our fuse panel, we're going to have a raised section right here, and that's going to be for our trailer brake, and the position is going to be F34. Now, right next to that, in position F30, is going to be for our trailer power. Now we're going to put both 30 amp fuses in those slots. Now finally, we're going to have 2 more relays we're going to need to put in. Now again, if we find the left-hand side of our fuse panel more towards the driver's side, we're going to see that there's going to be a couple gray relays there already, and there's going to be 2 holes, and those 2 positions are going to be where we're going to be putting our relays in. The one towards the firewall is going to be our right trailer and stop and turn signal relay, and this one is going to be for our left turn. So we're going to take our relays and insert them into place, and now we can go ahead and test our lights and make sure everything's functioning properly. Now here I got my 4-pole tester that I can plug in, and then the lights on here are going to allow me to know if they're working properly. Now if you don't have a 4-pole tester, you can pick one up on our website using part number I26. So I'm just going to plug it in just like I would with my trailer. Now I'm going to grab an extra set of hands and have them run the lights so I can verify that they are working properly. Can I have the headlights, please? Here we can see our headlights are working properly. Now the left turn signal. Okay, good. Now the right turn signal. Good. Now the brakes. Good. Finally, the brakes and both turn signals, please. Looks like everything's good to go and we're ready to hit the road. Whenever we're not towing and we don't need our wiring, we can actually go ahead and reinstall the cover on our fascia here, and everything will be nice and hidden and tucked away. But at the same time, very easily accessible and ready when we need it. And that'll finish up our look at the Tekonsha T1 vehicle wiring harness for factory tow package, part number 118270 on our 2014 Chevrolet Traverse.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at eTrailer.com.